If you're wondering which budget programming laptops are worth your money, stick around. After we run through each product, I'll give you my personal take. Would I buy it or would I skip it? No fluff, just my honest opinion. Let's get into it. Apple MacBook Air 15. M4. Okay, this M4 chip is pretty damn quick for slinging code, noticeably faster than older Macs for multitasking development environments, and it runs quieter than a librarian thanks to ditching the fan. But if you really push it with a massive long compile, that fanless design means it might throttle and slow down like it's hit a wall, unlike laptops with actual cooling fans. Would I buy it? Maybe if I valued absolute silence and long battery life for coding sessions on the go and wasn't constantly running super heavy prolonged tasks. MSI Thin GF63. This MSI is surprisingly skinny and light for a gaming laptop, offering decent bang for buck with its Core i5 and RTX 4050. Which could handle coding and maybe even some lighter game development without breaking your back or the bank. Honestly though, being thin often translates to gets uncomfortably warm, and that claimed 7-hour productivity battery life is kinda sad. You'll be tethered to the wall more often than not, which sucks for portability. Would I buy it? No, that battery life just isn't enough for coding away from a power outlet, even if it is light and relatively cheap. HP Victus 15. The Victus 15 packs solid performance with Intel 12th Gen processors and NVIDIA graphics options, features a comfortable keyboard, often with a number pad, which is useful for coding, and has a good variety of ports for plugging in all your crap. But man, this thing is a chunky monkey. It's bulky, heavy, the screen brightness can be disappointing unless you splurge, and its battery life won't get you through a full day unplugged, lagging behind that ASUS A16. Would I buy it? No, it's just too heavy, and the screen quality feels like too much of a gamble for staring at lines of code all day long. ASUS TUF Gaming. A16. This all-AMD ASUS A16 beast chews through demanding coding tasks and compiling like nobody's business, and its battery life is absolutely insane. Seriously, we're talking nearly 13 hours of light use. It just keeps going. It is a bit hefty though, can get rather warm when you push it hard. And the keyboard, while okay, feels a tad mushy, which might get annoying during long coding marathons. Would I buy it? Yes, that incredible battery life paired with strong performance and a good screen makes it a fantastic choice for a powerful mobile coding machine, even if you need strong shoulders to carry it. Acer Predator Helios Neo 16. Damn. The Helios Neo 16 brings some serious firepower with high-end Intel chip options and full-wattage NVIDIA graphics that obliterate demanding workloads. Plus, its screen can be incredibly bright and color-accurate, perfect for catching syntax errors or doing visually intensive dev work. It's another heavy laptop though, feels a bit plasticky despite the metal lid, has weak speakers, and its battery life is disappointingly short. Plus, the keyboard layout made some questionable decisions with shrunken keys. Would I buy it? Maybe that sheer power and the gorgeous display are super tempting for complex programming tasks, but the terrible battery life and bulk make it less practical than the ASUS for coding on the move. ASUS Vivobook S14. OLED. This thing is ridiculously slim with a gorgeous OLED screen that makes even my spaghetti code look vibrant. Plus, the battery lasts forever, which is nice, but that screen is only 60 Hz, which feels a bit like watching a slideshow when scrolling through endless lines of code, and the downward speakers get muffled easily on your lap. Would I buy it? Maybe if I valued looking good and watching movies more than raw compiling power and smooth scrolling. Lenovo LOQ15. For a budget machine, this fella feels surprisingly sturdy and has more ports than a pirate convention, which is great for plugging in all my geeky peripherals. However, the processor feels a bit weak, like it's running on caffeine fumes, and the battery life is hilariously short. Seriously, blink and you might miss it. Would I buy it? No, that battery life is a deal breaker unless you plan on living life permanently tethered to a wall socket. MSI Cyborg 15. It looks kinda cool with its see-through bits, and the keyboard feels comfy enough for long coding sessions, plus it sometimes comes with a decent Core i7 processor, which helps. But damn, the performance can be lackluster for the price. The screen is kinda meh, and the fans always seem to be whining about something, not to mention another contender for terrible battery life. Would I buy it? No. The inconsistent performance and annoying fan noise make it hard to recommend when the LOQ15 or Nitro Vi 15 exist at similar price points. Acer Nitros 16. This chonker packs a roomy 16-inch 1610 screen that's surprisingly bright and great for having multiple code windows open. Plus, performance is pretty strong for the cash, especially with a full-power graphics card if you need it. It is, however, bulky and heavy enough to double as a boat anchor. And the webcam quality makes you look like a pixelated ghost from 1998. Would I buy it? Yes, if I needed a bigger, brighter screen for coding and didn't mind lugging around something built like a tank. Acer Nitro 515. It delivers solid bang for your buck with reliable performance for coding and even some gaming, a decent number of ports, and it feels pretty well built, despite the budget price tag. The screen is pretty bland though, kind of like unseasoned tofu, and depending on the configuration you might get stuck with only 8 GB of RAM or annoying pre-installed software. Would I buy it? Yes. It's a solid, affordable workhorse for programming students or anyone on a tight budget who doesn't need a fancy display. Lenovo Legion Slim 5 Gen 8. This machine packs surprising power for its price, crushing productivity tasks. And that keyboard with the big arrow keys is a dream for long coding sessions, but good luck on video calls cause the 1080p webcam somehow makes you look blocky and soft. Even with fewer CPU cores, it often kept up with or beat the MSI Katana 15 in benchmarks, proving sometimes it's about how you use it, though its storage was the slowest of the bunch. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's a strong contender balancing performance and a great keyboard if you don't care about looking like a pixelated mess on Zoom. MSI Katana 15. You get some serious bang for your buck performance here, handling demanding compiles easily, and the keyboard feels snappy enough, but holy crap. That display is dismal, dim, and makes coding feel like you're staring into a washed-out void. Plus, the battery life is hilariously bad. Expect maybe 2.5 hours if you're lucky, so forget coding anywhere comfy unless there's an outlet nearby. Would I buy it? No. Killer performance can't make up for a screen that hurts my soul, and battery life shorter than my attention span. Lenovo IdeaPad. Gaming. 3. Look, it's cheap. It'll run your code editor and browser without catching fire, and you can upgrade the RAM and storage later, which is neat. But don't even think about heavy compiling or running complex simulations unless you enjoy watching paint dry. The screen can be dim and inaccurate on some models. Battery life is pretty short for anything demanding, and the plastic build feels, well, budget. Would I buy it? No. It's affordable for basic tasks, but the performance limits and cut corners make it tough to recommend for serious programming. MSI Katana A15 AI. This updated Katana throws in fancy AMD Ryzen AI processors and keeps performance strong for coding and even some video editing, offering a sharper QHD display option, which is a nice step up from its predecessor, but it still gets mighty hot and loud under load, like a tiny angry space heater. The build quality remains a bit flimsy, especially the display hinges, and the base full HD screen option is still pretty lackluster. Plus, the battery life is only good for about 3 or 4 hours of light work. Would I buy it? Maybe. The improved performance and optional QHD screen are tempting for the price, but the heat, noise, and questionable build still make me hesitate. MSI Thin 15. Impressively light for a gaming laptop at under 1.9 kilograms, making it actually portable. And it offers decent performance for coding, plus a good number of USB ports, but the screen colors are pretty washed out and battery life is predictably short. While the aluminum lid adds a touch of class, the keyboard deck has a weird wobble if you type hard, and all those USB ports are disappointingly slow Gen 1 spec. Would I buy it? Maybe. If you absolutely need something light with okay performance and don't mind the screen or short battery, it's a capable budget choice, but feels a bit compromised. Dell G15. This thing handles demanding apps and multitasking pretty well, so your code compiles and big IDEs should run smoothly thanks to decent processors and memory options. However, it's built like a brick and weighs over 5 pounds. Plus, the battery life is just okay, and the fans can get loud, so maybe leave it at your desk unless you enjoy lugging it around. Would I buy it? Maybe if I mainly coded at home and didn't mind the heft or the occasional fan noise concert. ASUS ROG Zephyrus G14. Damn, this laptop is impressively thin and light for the power it packs, making it great for coding anywhere. And it boasts a fantastic keyboard, and often a beautiful screen that's easy on the eyes. But that portability comes at the cost of battery life, which is kinda trash. Expect to be tethered to a charger much of the time, and it can get expensive. Would I buy it? Yes, if I prioritize portability, a top-tier typing experience, and a gorgeous display, and accepted that wall outlets are my new best friends. Acer Predator Helios 300. This laptop gives you some serious performance for your money with strong Intel processors and NVIDIA graphics options, easily handling tough coding tasks, compiling and multitasking. Plus, it usually has a nice high refresh rate display and plenty of ports. On the flip side, the speakers are disappointingly quiet, battery life is short like most gaming laptops. It can get warm under pressure, and you might find some annoying pre-installed software. Would I buy it? Yes, if I wanted maximum coding and maybe gaming power without completely emptying my wallet and could live with weak audio and needing a charger nearby. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the budget programming laptops for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description.